Hey Nash, what should we make?
Why don't you make some California rolls?
But we already did a sushi video.
Then make it into balls instead.
All right, let's make sushi balls. Today we're making sushi balls. So essentially, we're just gonna do a simple California one, but you could basically put whatever filling you want. You essentially do the same thing. You make your sushi rice just like you'd make it for a sushi roll, but then instead of putting it in rolls with seaweed and all that, kind of like almost like an onigiri, but not quite. So you kind of make a little patty, put your filling in there, wrap it up around, you have this nice little sushi ball. You can make a bunch of them. Again, good for a crowd, good for appetizers or whatever. They're fun. And hey, balls, it's fun to say. Without further ado, let's go. So the first step for our sushi balls is get yourself a medium bowl. Look, you could literally, a sushi ball is essentially a single serving of a sushi roll. Instead of a roll, it's just a little ball. So instead of rolled in the middle of a long thing, you just have a little bit of filling in the middle of a golf ball size kind of thing. So we're just gonna do a California roll because I'm trying to keep this easy with freaking inflation prices where they are now. I'm also trying to show you guys how to do things like kind of more on a budget because I know a lot of people probably are on a budget. So I'm just trying to be realistic here. And I'm making this up as I go. I'll put all of the measurements down below once I figure out what those measurements are. So first things first, we got this imitation crab meat. Just gonna throw this in there. Normally a California roll has essentially crab or imitation crab, avocado, and typically cucumber. I'm gonna leave the cucumber out because cucumber just has a ton of water. I'm not trying to add extra moisture. Anyways, so normally you would mix this with probably some Japanese mayo and sriracha if you wanted to make it into a spicy California roll. And then you would slice avocado and lay that in there as well. So because we're trying to make a filling, we can kind of scoop. We're just gonna add the avocado to that and reduce our mayo and sriracha by quite a bit because again, we don't want it super moist. So if I'm trying to get nice slices of avocado, what I would do is I would scoop this out of the skin first, lay it down like this, and then slice like that. But when it doesn't matter and I'm just gonna mash it up anyways, I'll usually just do sort of a dice like this. Just like, hey, hashtags, that's popular, right? We're just making a bunch of hashtags. And then you can just take this and just kind of squeeze it in there. And yeah, some of it kind of comes out the top. It is what it is. But there we go. Same thing with our other guy. Then we're just gonna add a little bit of our Japanese mayo, a little bit of sriracha. And then because normally you have a sheet of nori or a half a sheet of nori in your sushi roll, but because we're making balls, it doesn't really work. So I'm just gonna use some of this furikake, which is a mixture of kind of ground up nori or seaweed along with some sesame seeds. So I'm just gonna throw some of this in there as well. Just to give us that seaweed substitute. It is seaweed, it's just not in the same form. And then we just mix this up with a fork and see what happens. I don't like my fork idea. Let's use this guy instead. All right, so this I'm happy with. It's moldable, I like this. This is what we're gonna go with. Tastes like a Cali roll already. So now we're gonna throw this in the fridge, just let it chill until we're ready for it. Next up, we make our sushi rice. So we throw in 2 cups of sushi rice into our rice cooker. Then we rinse our rice. Once your rice is rinsed, we add the amount of water that our rice cooker tells us to. Pop a lid on, and cook. As soon as your rice is done, while it's still nice and hot, transfer it to a large bowl. And then we have a 1/4 cup here of sushi seasoning, which you can buy it already done, or if you don't have it, you could just use rice wine vinegar, 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, same thing. So we're just gonna kind of add this, add a little bit. Now we don't wanna mash our rice, so we just kind of wanna fold this in. Be gentle, because your rice doesn't have a safe word. And then once you have it kind of stirred, fold it in nicely. Then we take a clean kitchen towel, cover this up, and just sort of let it sit until the rice cools. So once your rice has cooled to about room temperature, but still moist, we don't want to let it dry out or anything. You want to kind of take about a golf ball sized piece here in a ball. I'm using plastic wrap, even though I hate plastic wrap, just to kind of help the process along. We want to kind of squish this into like a patty. And then this is why I hate plastic wrap, but it might be necessary. All right, then we take a very healthy teaspoon of our filling, and then we just kind of want to sort of, I did too much. Yep, wait, can we make this work? Let's see. Oh shit, okay, all right. I think we made it work. All right, so then, and then if you have any like right here, we got a little bit of filling kind of spilling out, you could fill that in with extra rice. But hey, there we go. There's our first little sushi ball. And then we just kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. Maybe I don't even need this plastic wrap, to be honest. The rice is pretty sticky. It might help to get your hands a little bit wet. We take this guy, smash him down. Okay, all right. Teaspoon of our filling. Roll this up into a ball. There we go. And at this point, it's really just all about how pretty you really want your rice balls to be. There's probably a mold you could buy that would make this a lot easier, but hey, this is kind of fun. It's like a stress reliever, you know? So there we go. There's our little rice balls. I'm gonna throw these in the fridge and let them chill for a few minutes, and then we'll plate and serve. So once our sushi balls have cooled a little bit, then you can literally serve them like this, put some toasted sesame seeds on them, put some black sesame seeds on them, that would look cool. And then make a dipping sauce. If you're gonna make a dipping sauce, I would mix Japanese mayo and sriracha. If you want it to be a little bit sweet, you could add some sweet chili sauce to that. You could do some, a little bit of soy sauce, some wasabi. But if you wanna look pretty, we're gonna stick with the Japanese mayo and sriracha thing, and we're gonna do a little design. If we use those bottles we use for our barbecue sauce that we made, that would actually come out a lot nicer. So we'll try and make this as pretty as possible. It's not ideal. And then we'll just add a little bit more of this furikake. But like I said, you could just use some black sesame seeds or regular sesame seeds. You do you. The world's your oyster. The ball is your oyster. And there we have sushi balls. Time for a bite. Cheers. I don't have any silverware to throw. This is so good. I mean, I'm not surprised. Sushi roll, good. So if you made it into a ball, why wouldn't it be good? But this way you can make a bunch, throw them in the fridge, and have them when people come over, or like surprise your family, or just eat them as a snack. Whatever you want to do. Super delicious. And like I said, you know, we made a very low rent California roll, but it's delicious. You could do the same, or you could make any filling you want. The ball is your oyster. I've used that saying too many times. Anyways, I highly recommend making this. It's actually pretty dang easy and it's freaking delicious. Let's see what Nash thinks. Look what we got. We got a little sushi ball for you. What do you think?
See, embracing the balls was the right move.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
It takes some balls to live life to the fullest.
That's some great advice. Nash approves. I approve. Look, it's delicious. It's super easy to make. You could decorate it, make it look all fancy, and your friends will think you're awesome. So hey, go make this right now. That being said, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to like, subscribe, and share the show, it'd mean a lot to us. It would help us out. If you want notifications every time we drop a new episode, go ahead and hit that notification bell. If there's anything you want me to cook, you want me and Nash to taste, drop that in the comments or head over to our website, timschaoskitchen.com, and send us a message there. Just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Till next time, peace.